Today I'm playing serial killer Guess Who with a psychic medium, and things get weird.
So this is the soul of John Wayne Gacy.
The soul of Gacy is here. Welcome to Breakfast Cereal. This is the first in what I'm hoping will become an ongoing series. Now, if you haven't been following along with me for the last little while, you may remember me talking about making my very own version of the classic childhood board game Guess Who.
I'm just trying to guess when you play Guess Who.
Well, guess what? Guess Who's done? Serial Killer Guess Who, featuring 24 notorious faces. Starting today, I'm going to be inviting different people to come and play the game with me. Just people that I find interesting in some way or another. And today, for episode 1, that person is Rebecca. So, Rebecca, welcome. Thank you for being here. Can you just introduce yourself for me and tell me a little bit about what it is that you do and why you're here today?
Yes, thank you for having me, Josh. My name's Rebecca, and I am a professional psychic medium. I also am a channeler. Typically, I channel galactics, so beings that are off-planet or extraterrestrial beings.
Okay.
They communicate typically through telepathy.
Well, you're not a telepath.
Well, I am, though.
You are, though. But then how do we play Guess Who? How do you not know who I got here? What's that?
Because you aren't.
Do I need a Magneto helmet?
Well, because you can't do it, I can't hear you, right? You have to intentionally...
So telepaths can only hear other telepaths?
Pretty much. But the reason that I'm telepathic...
But how many people are there? That's got to be... Is there an app for you guys so you can find like a...
find my telepath?
Yeah, so you know where the nearest one is that you can go and back and forth with?
It is only because I'm vibrating on a higher frequency. Your physical body is more than capable of being telepathic. You're just operating at a bit of a lower vibration.
I'm an idiot, yeah. Okay. You've played Guess Who before, yeah?
Amazing, yes.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to play this game.
And you're familiar with most of the faces you see here?
Most of them. Most of them.
You can pick your card first. Any card you want, as long as I don't see.
I'm going to mention as we're doing this, I did clear the space of sort of any energy that's not supportive. And I also placed a shield around the space.
Okay.
Just to make sure, because we are dealing with some darker energy stuff. Nothing to be in fear about. As long as you're in the light, you're good, you're protected, you're supported. But
so is there a possibility that you think it might be possible to channel somebody at all now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. This is
Who do you want to channel?
I don't know. Does your guy have gray hair?
No.
Is there a way to just see who's around? Hey, hello.
There is. Yeah, I can just sort of tune in, so we'll just kind of see who shows up.
Let's do that. Let's see who shows up.
All right. So this is the soul of... This is the higher self version of John Wayne Gacy.
Okay, so the soul of Gacy is here.
This is the second serial killer now that I've channeled ever. So your
sorry.
audience knows that I'm not a professional at channeling serial killers. But channeling is channeling. You know, connecting with the soul it's going to be the same for everyone. I just want to set the intention that any and all energy that is not supportive is not allowed to stay with us.
Well, it seems like he's gonna get the fuck out of here.
Well,
he's not a very supportive guy, is he?
I can tell you that his soul is benevolent. I know about John Wayne Gacy. I know the horrible things that he did, and I'm certainly even on the other side is not, justifying them.
Is his soul currently in clown makeup, or is his soul...
I would say no. He's not.
That's what brought him joy. So he can't be a soul, like a very soulful clown out there. Was
it like a sexual clown?
Nah, he was like a party clown. He went by Pogo.
Oh, right.
There's this whole group of people who think that Gacy went around dressed as a clown, murdering people in clown gear, right? Which is ridiculous.
He murdered people in his home, didn't he? Pretty much?
Yeah, pretty much. He was just a guy who occasionally did clowning, and then he was a serial killer. They caught on to that and made this whole image of this psycho clown.
And he's not, yeah.
But I wonder if he is now. kind of like lean into it, you know?
Yeah, no. He's not.
Can they change forms? Or is he like, why wouldn't you exist like as the clown version of yourself if that's what was happy, right?
Well, he really doesn't.
Why would you want to be dirty old Gacy covered in fucking lye and dirt from digging up under your house and burying bodies down there?
He's actually not showing me a physical form, and because they don't have one in spirit form.
Has he seen any of the content that I made? I made an episode where we made his last meal. I thought it was funny. I wonder. I guess.
So
does he watch YouTube?
He is acknowledging they don't necessarily watch. They tune into the energy of it, and they understand everything about it. That's kind of how it works on spirit.
It's like he tries to go to it, and he gets one of those. This content is not available in your region.
So it's interesting because there is a bit of an annoyance, for lack of a better term. Again, I'm
John Wayne Gacy's annoyed with me?
There's a little bit of, it's not an annoyance, it's more that he doesn't really want to talk about who he was in that life because
he's on my show.
Right. Because he's
Why'd he come if he doesn't want to talk? What's he want to talk about?
That's a good question.
What's he want to talk about? His KFC
you know what?
career? Come on, John.
Why don't we ask,
what do you want to talk about, John?
Why did he come? Because he didn't have to come through, right? Like there's a free will choice on that end as well. Didn't he run for mayor or something?
He met the first lady. He was involved in politics, stuff like that. Yeah. So he came on here to try to brag. He's like, let me come on here and talk about. Do you know that I was trying to be the mayor? Do you know that I met the first lady? That's what he's doing. He comes on my show and he's going to brag about himself.
He's not bragging.
Apparently, his last words before he was executed were "kiss my ass."
Right.
Now that's been kind of debunked. I heard somewhere that that wasn't his last words. Were those his last words? Can we ask him?
So I hear "thanks for nothing."
Thanks for nothing.
Thanks for nothing is what I hear him saying. I don't think he said "kiss my ass."
Question.
Yeah, my question is, does your serial killer have a hat?
No.
No hat.
Does your guy have glasses?
No.
No glasses.
I actually feel, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I don't feel bad for the incarnated version of John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah.
I can't help but feel that compassion for his soul, because he really is not okay with the way that things went. He accepts it almost, but it just all went wrong. He's saying, look, it went sideways. Like,
it went sideways, John. Come on. It went sideways. That's one way to put it. It's called minimizing, John.
How many victims did he have? Do you know?
Like 40.
Yeah, and
things went sideways.
They all under his house.
Things in, yeah.
You're so funny.
That's not a way you. That's minimizing. I learned about that before in therapy.
It's really interesting because you would think that, because they actually have quite a sense of humor on the other side, but he is not laughing at your jokes.
He's a clown. That's the lowest form of comedy. So I couldn't care less, John. His dad named him John Wayne Gacy. John Wayne.
Right.
That's a very specific image that his dad had in mind for what he wanted out of a son. Was this John Wayne, the strong, silent type, as Tony Soprano says, and he ends up with a party clown, in his mind anyways, a party clown who in the whatever years it was, the 60s, was also gay. That's definitely not what Daddy wanted. Right. So he's a failure to his dad. He's not laughing at my jokes, but he's a clown. So, I mean, maybe he could go.
Is he offending you a little
bit?
That?
He's not offending me.
By not laughing at your jokes?
I don't need Gacy's laughter. He's on par with a mime, so question.
Does your serial killer have gray hair?
No.
Okay.
So not Ed Gein behind the hat there, yeah.
Right.
Does your serial killer have facial hair?
No.
Of any form, like even a shadow?
No.
No. All right, you can tell Clown Boy he can...
one of the good things,
go back to the spaceship.
I think he kind of knew that it was time to go, but one of the good things that I'm feeling is that he's not going to come back and haunt you in your dreams or anything like that.
That's fortunate. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, you're going to be okay. So I'm just going to ask that I clear and cut all energetic cords between myself and any spirit or soul connected to John Wayne Gacy. What's his energy returns to him now? What's my energy returns to me now? And so it is. All right. There you go. Interview with a serial killer. You know, that could be a new series.
Yeah.
But you're not going to be able to be funny. I don't think you're going to get a whole lot of content. It doesn't feel like they want to joke about it.
Well,
Your turn.
my turn. Blonde hair?
No.
Wait, yeah, it's a dumb question. I'm concentrating on the conversation, which is what I wanted, but I'm playing the game horrifically.
I thought it was going to be Jeffrey Dahmer that came through. I mean, we can kind of call on anybody if they're willing to come forward, but they are definitely like the collective energy of these guys who
Right.
are on the other side. They are very aware that they are going to be poked fun at.
Well, I guess they got some time to do
But
a little
we've
bit.
had-
They did a little background work, a little background
Well, they're
check
also
on the channel.
Watching now, right?
Right. Oh, they're watching.
Yeah.
They subscribed.
Yeah.
It'd be
They
cool.
subscribed.
I don't think so.
Make sure you subscribe, guys.
Does a sub, like a spirit sub, count towards your?
This is That's a good question. Like, because I wanted to ask Dahmer what he eats, because
Like, now that he's dead?
yeah, because does cannibalism exist on the spirit plane? Can he eat other spirits?
That's the stupidest question.
That's a stupid question.
Yes.
That's a valid question. That's a concept.
No,
I'm
because cannibalism or even the act of consuming another being is lower vibrational. It's a low vibe choice, right? But despite
cannibalism is low vibes.
it's
Bad
low
vibes,
vibe.
yeah.
Cannibalism is pretty low vibe.
Pretty low.
But it could be on the same sort of vibration as eating as a carnivore. It's kind of along the same energetic lines as
Sure.
eating a cow or whatever.
Kinda, but
Right?
I don't
You're not getting permission from the cow either.
okay.
So
That's I guess.
anyways, I'm gonna get some really funny comments, I feel like, from your
Yeah.
viewers, but it's okay, I can handle it. So and then the other one that I thought of off the top of my head is that the spirits don't require food. They don't have bodies. They're energetic.
Jeff did not require. He wasn't engaging in cannibalism
Because he was hungry.
Because for sustenance.
Because he was starving.
He wasn't like, he wasn't
Right.
like, oh, I should really have something to eat. It's getting around lunchtime and I'm a little peckish. It was like, it was clearly just like a weird fucking, it was part of his
Sexual,
it was
fetishy.
his desire to keep a part of the person with him.
Right.
Right. So it had nothing to
Right.
do with sustenance. So like one spirit might be like, I kind of like the vibe of this other spirit. I want to keep.
No, they'll be
wanna-
like, let's go down and have a lifetime together with love and light instead of like
Right.
ending.
Be hard to swallow. Yeah. I guess.
It's ridiculous.
Sure. Oh, a question. Your turn.
Okay. Does your serial killer have brown hair?
No. Does your serial killer have hair that goes down below their ears?
No. Does your serial killer have blonde hair?
No.
2 left.
Does your serial killer have any hair?
No. Oh, I have to guess
You gotta guess, because
if I don't want you to win.
you don't want me to win. And
Hey.
you know what? Again, I gotta say it. A psychic should never have to guess.
Are you the Zodiac killer? Oh, yes. Awesome.
I'm losing at my own game. You're
Am I just pretending
You're
to be guessing?
Chikatilo. You're Chikatilo.
I am.
See, now that's another one. Like, I could have asked that question. Slot 1, does your person
Right.
have hair? And if you would have said
Right.
no, the whole board would have died and I
Does
would
he
have had it in one.
look like an evil ventriloquist dummy? That's really
yeah.
what he looks like.
Chikatilo was,
I know.
Yeah.
I remember this guy.
I mean, all these guys were very fucked.
I know.
All right,
So sad.
let's do it.
You know that serial killers don't exist in the 5th dimension? You're not going to have any content.
I'm not going to have any content.
No.
So
Not any new content.
So no student debt and no
no serial killers.
serial killers. Okay, the 5th
Yeah.
dimension doesn't
also
sound
no
so
money.
bad. No money.
No money.
Channel doesn't make any fucking money anyways, so yeah. Some things will never change, I guess. Yeah. All right, lightning round and then we're done.
Okay. Sounds good.
So we'll go quick.
I'm going to go
If
right
by
off.
chance you get a same guy, just let's not do it.
Dude.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I can live with that.
Dude.
Seriously? He wants to come in. 100%. That's why
So,
that.
'cause we picked it-
100%.
Okay, have him in. Chikatilo wants to come in because he keeps getting drawn.
How do we say his name?
Chikatilo.
Chikatilo, the Russian guy.
Yeah. Oh, are you channeling?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you understand because he's Russian?
Ooh, I really don't like his energy though. It's very different than John Wayne Gacy's.
Well, he wasn't a clown, so.
It's
Ask him if he pulls his pants up yet.
Does your serial killer have glasses?
No.
The energy that I get from him is less.
It's Russian. It's probably just like fucking potatoes and.
Energy doesn't have language necessarily. It's the feeling. So it's
Yeah,
they
the
tell me
feeling of
things.
Russia is
We
potatoes.
can communicate with people,
Communism.
spirits on the other side of the veil.
But not the other side of the Iron Curtain. Whoa.
No.
Does your serial killer have glasses?
Yes.
Whoa.
It actually feels like I don't think he's fully crossed over into the light. So it's almost like he's stuck in a little bit of, like, for lack of a better literal English word,
Russia.
like purgatory type
Like Russia.
energy. It's almost like he doesn't want to, it feels like he doesn't want to cross over because part of him feels like there's going to be judgment. And so there's fear and like fully crossing over. Whereas Gacy's fully on the other side, attempting to go through like rehabilitation, I guess.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah. Okay. Does your serial killer have facial hair?
No,
Not even a shadow?
nothing. Does your serial killer have facial hair?
No. Well, no.
Okay, I know who you are, I think.
Is your serial killer a woman?
Nope. No.
You gonna guess?
That's a bit of a hint there. Is your killer Jeff Dahmer?
No.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to guess.
you're gonna have to
Is
guess.
your killer John Wayne Gacy?
No. So that leaves you at your Zodiac.
I am. We both got Zodiac.
Yeah, Zodiac, okay. I was Spec.
Okay. That was fun.
That is, that's Guess Who.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for, connecting with Gacy and enlightening me a little bit on some of these other things like the fifth dimension and all that stuff that I didn't know about. I didn't know about this fifth dimension, so I'm excited. I'm excited to welcome it in. All right.
I enjoyed it. It was fun. I kicked your ass.
Kicked my ass. You're psychic, like I said. You can't play Guess Who with the psychic, folks. So. All right, so that's it for episode 1. I hope you guys liked it. I plan to do a bunch more of these, just trying to find more people who would like to come and play. So if you have any ideas for that, drop it down in the comments below. And of course, as usual, make sure you murder that subscribe button if you haven't already. And, you can follow on Instagram or TikTok for even more killer content.